heard you missed us. We're back. It has been too long. 5 months. I love you guys. I miss everything here.
Late-night talk show hosts Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, and Stephen Colbert have graced everyone's TVs again. On Monday night, late-night television returned on air after a deal was reached between the Writers Guild of America and the major Hollywood studios, after being on strike for 5 months. All 4 hosts were feeling grateful to be back at their desks and in front of the camera, cracking jokes for their audience. Jimmy Fallon started strong with his monologue when he was introduced back on stage for the first time in 5 months.
Oh, my God. I love you. I miss you. Oh, my gosh. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to The Tonight Show. Right. 5 months off, and we are back. I am so excited to be here. I am so excited. Seriously, I'm more excited than a guy seeing Beetlejuice with Lauren Boebert. I'm more excited than a Jets fan during the first 3 plays of the season. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, everyone is excited. Today, my dad called me up and said, finally, I can watch Kimmel again. I go, come on, give me one. Oh. I just want to say I'm so happy all the writers finally got their fair deal that they deserve. You got to hand it to them. The only writers would spend all summer fighting to go back to the office. It's like, what do we want? To go back inside. We're not beach people, yeah. It took 5 months to reach the deal. Yeah. The stalemate finally ended when the studios realized we got to end this now or it's another 3 months of watching Suits. No, we have to end this now. Seriously, we were off the air for so long, The Bachelor went from this to this. I mean, what happened? What happened? It was kind of weird coming back after being gone for 5 months. The studio was empty for so long, NBC converted to a Spirit Halloween. And that's just that's rude, that's not fair. But we are back and we have so much news to cover, but I'm gonna sum it up all in just 2 words. Taylor Swift. Good night, everybody.
The 49-year-old comedian continued at his desk and opened up about what he was up to during his time off and how he feels to be back.
I heard you missed us. We're back. It has been too long. 5 months. I love you guys. I miss everything here. Oh, I miss it all. It was a long time. Higgins, what were you up to this 5 months?
I went to prison.
Roots, what'd you do?
We were in prison, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see you. I spent a lot of time at home, really, is what I did. I was with the kids all the time, so much. And this is this is a true story. So I was leaving today at breakfast. I go, I'm going. They go, where are you going? I go, Daddy's going back to work. And they just started applauding. Oh. I got a 2-minute standing ovation like it was at the Venice Film Festival. I swear, they really did. I go, wow, was I that annoying? But actually, I started a podcast in the 5 months with the other host, the other late night hosts. We started a podcast, and all the money went to our crew and staff who were out of work. And it was called Strike Force 5. And I really want to thank Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, and our upstairs neighbor, Seth Meyers. They're just fantastic guys. And I know them, and I'm friendly with them. But, you know, I would say after this, I'm friends with them. Yeah. And they were just great friends and great people to talk to. But I had a lot of time, 5 months, a lot of time to really just sit and think, you know. And I just finally just took a moment, and I just realized how grateful I am for all of this and for this show. I really love it. I really love this job. I love doing it. I love telling jokes. I love interviewing people. I love making you laugh. I'm very lucky to have this show, and I want to thank you all for supporting and choosing to have me in your bedrooms at nighttime. This is it. It's what I love to do. And I want to do it for a long time. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you to our crew, our staff, our writers are now back in the building, and we're going to make some fun show.
Jimmy Kimmel Live was back and came out swinging with joke after joke, literally swinging, as an intense game of pickleball was taking place behind him.
I just have one thing I have to take care of because apparently while we're gone, they've been renting our studio out as a pickleball court. So, sorry, guys, you can't play here anymore. You got to wrap it up. You got to take it somewhere else. I'm sorry, but you know what? Try James Corden's studio. He moved to England. Thanks. All right. Well, hi, everybody. Where do I stand? Here? Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know if I can still do this. In case you've forgotten, my name is Jimmy. I've been off the air for 5 months. We've been gone so long. We've been gone so long, The Bachelor is now a grandfather. We missed so much good stuff. Donald Trump got arrested 4 times while we were on strike. Once for the classified documents, once for interfering with the election, once for January 6th, and once for shooting Tupac, allegedly. You know what the weirdest thing about being off the air is? When I walk into a room, nobody claps. I walk into Costco, I get nothing. So it's really great to be back. Arnold Schwarzenegger is here. You know, Arnold was governor of our state during the last writer's strike back in 2007. He knew how to handle a strike. He told both sides, get back to the negotiating table, or he would crack it with his forehead. And they did. This one went on for 148 days. I want to take a moment to thank our crew and all the union crews for supporting our writers, the IATSE, the Teamsters Union, all refused to cross our picket lines, and we owe them for that. Thanks largely to them. This is a big win for the little guy and a big win for the chubby guy and the hairy dude and the weird girl that doesn't make eye contact, and for the 2 potheads in the Star Wars T-shirts that are too small for their bodies, and the guy who's too old to have a ponytail, and the lady whose cats each have their own Instagram pages. We call them writers, and they are all back to work, thank goodness. And we hope that the actors and the auto workers and the healthcare workers all get the contracts they deserve too. I miss being here. I really did. I missed the writers. I missed the band. I missed all these guys. I missed our staff. I missed our crew. I missed our announcer, Lou. Lou, I missed you, and your hair looks great. I had a lot of time.
The 55-year-old talk show host also reintroduced his head of security and best friend, Guillermo, who Jimmy joked looks a little different after 5 months being off air.
I miss Guillermo, my security guard. Where is Guillermo, by the way? Oh, there. Oh, wow, Guillermo. Holy moly, did you go to prison and not tell me? Bring out the real Guillermo. Yes, I saw the handsome Guillermo, but that's the Guillermo I miss. Even got taller. You look muy guapo. Did you miss coming to work, Guillermo?
Yes, Jimmy, I love working, yes. I'm happy to be here, yes.
What was the worst part of being at home?
Not allowed to drink, Jimmy. My wife doesn't let me drink.
That's right. Guillermo has a very strict policy. He only drinks at work.
That's right, yeah. You let me drink a lot, so.
Who did you miss most? And don't say me. Who did you miss most on our staff while you were gone?
I miss Cousin Mickey and Cleto Sr.
Okay, all right, very good. Well, that's nice. Wow. Cleto Sr., you're the winner, and Cousin Mickey, too. Here's how I knew that we were really back to work. Our parents are texting us notes about the show again. One of our writers got this message from his mother this morning at 6:11 a.m. She wrote, "Please don't make tonight's monologue all about Trump." Well, sorry, Josh's mom. That is a new can-do. I am backed up like you would not believe.
Before Seth Meyers got into some of his hilarious jokes, he started off by sharing how grateful he was to be back with his writers in a sweet and sentimental message.
I wanted to take a moment to say how grateful I am to be back here with you tonight. I never take this show for granted, but being away from it for as long as I've been away from it really hits home how much I love having this as a workplace. And I would like to thank some people. I would like to thank the WJ Negotiating Committee, the Guild leadership, for all the time they put in, all the personal time they sacrificed to be in the room negotiating for the very fair deal that all the writers deserved. I have friends on the negotiating committee, friends like Mike Schur, friends like Kay Cannon, not just talented writers, but people who, again, sacrifice their time to work for all writers. And I would call them a lot during, and I'm sure a lot of their friends called them during the negotiations and said things like, so, any news? So I apologize for doing that, but thank you for everything you did. I am so happy. I am so happy to be back in a room with my writers, everybody. I miss my writers so much. I was so happy to see them this morning. I will admit by lunch, I was a little over it. They're really talented. They just have a ton of opinions, you know? They're always like, maybe it would be funnier if you said it like that. It's not how I say it. Stop blaming it on how I say it.
The 49-year-old comedian then went into his monologue, feeling like he never left his news desk.
That's good to hear. In that case, let's get to the news. Authorities in Las Vegas last week arrested a suspect connected to the 1996 murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. So if you're keeping track, that's now 5 indictments. Former President Trump appeared in a Manhattan court today for the start of a $250 million civil fraud lawsuit brought against him, 2 of his children, and his company, though Trump was handed an early defeat when he realized he'd have to spend the whole day with 2 of his children. President Biden over the weekend signed a bill to fund federal agencies just minutes before the government was set to shut down. It was so close, they had already put the new sign up. President Biden last week reportedly became the first modern president to join striking auto workers on the picket line, and man, was he excited to be referred to as modern. Hey, all right. President Biden yesterday wished former President Jimmy Carter a happy birthday on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. Dude, he's 99. He's on Facebook. During last week's second Republican presidential primary debate, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie criticized former President Trump for skipping the event, or tried to at least.
You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Oof. Have your joke writers also been on strike? If you're going to compare the man to Donald Duck, at least make it about his tendency to forget pants. A man was denied entry to a Philadelphia Phillies game last week after he tried to bring his emotional support alligator. Not because of the gator, but because Philadelphia has very strict laws against emotional support. Clothing brand Lululemon and Peloton last week announced a 5-year partnership. It's surprising because usually those 2 brands signal the end of a 5-year partnership. And finally, California Governor Gavin Newsom announced today that he will appoint Emily's List president, LaFonza Butler, to replace the late Senator Dianne Feinstein, which will make Butler the first lesbian black woman in history to join Congress. Incidentally, that entire sentence was just banned in Florida schools. And that was a monologue, everybody. We are off. We are off and running.
And last but not least, Stephen Colbert returned with a crazy summer recap, which even included a joke about his fellow talk show hosts.
Oh, it feels good to be back. It feels good to be with all of you again here in the Ed Sullivan Theater, because after the first few months of the strike, Evie refused to keep chanting my name. But now the writer strike is over with a new contract that includes protections against AI, cost of living increases, better pay for streaming. Plus, thanks to the picket lines, my writers got fresh air and sunshine, and they do not care for that. Now they're back safely in their joke holes, doing what they do best, making my prompter word screen full of good and haha. Thank you. Thank you. Right there. And, good to have you back. It's been a long time since our last late show. We looked at the calendar today and checked my math on this. I believe we have been off the air for 154 indictments. Is that right?
Roughly.
Is that right?
Roughly.
Ballpark it?
Yeah.
Ballpark it on that one? It was a crazy summer to be off. It was just packed with events. And obviously, it would be stupid to try to recap everything that happened over the last 5 months. So here we go. Starting with May. At age 74, Prince Charles finally got his first job, and the dress code was insane casual. Even for Bennigans, that's a lot of flair. Also in May, a bunch of orcas attacked yachts, Martha Stewart did the swimsuit issue, and Russia banned America's late-night hosts, including me, but for some reason they did not ban my friend, Jimmy Fallon. I'm guessing because of Jimmy's popular segment, Slow Jam the Borscht. Then in June, wildfires in Canada sent giant plumes of smoke down the East Coast, turning New York's air into Satan's butthole. As opposed to New York's normal air, actual butthole.
Later in the show, when the 59-year-old talk show host would normally be sitting back at his desk, he opted to stand again and do more monologue since it had been so long. And the jokes were flowing, just like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's budding romance.
And the first part of the monologue before the break, we were recapping everything from the past 5 months, and now we've made it up to today. And it was a big day because right here in New York City, a world leader came to town, Taylor Swift, who was at last night's Jets game to watch her new beau, Travis the Football Kelce, superstar tight end for the Red team. I'm big on the Reds this year. I think the Reds are going to do a lot. At the game, Taylor drank some drinks, hung out with Blake Lively, while injured Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers sat alone in the sadness box. I'm sorry. By the way, that's how it normally looks when you're watching the Jets. This is all great publicity for the NFL. Mere rumors that Tay-Tay might be at last night's game sent ticket prices surging more than 40%. Used to be you couldn't afford to watch Taylor Swift. Now you can't afford to watch Taylor Swift watch something. But, ladies and gentlemen, the Swift lift is not limited to tickets. Her maybe boyfriend's jersey saw a 400% spike in sales, and the brand of denim shorts she wore to last night's game are already sold out online. Everything she touches is instantly revitalized. Taylor, if this relationship doesn't work out, is there any way you can start dating one of our nation's crumbling bridges? Any infrastructure. Of course, it is not an official celebrity romance until they have a couple name, which is why I'm deeming the two of them Trailer Squelcy.
While the WGA has come to an agreement, the SAG-AFTRA union remains on strike since July 14th. Union President Fran Drescher launched the strike with a fiery speech, explaining why she felt the Guild was given no other choice.
We stand in solidarity, in unprecedented unity. Our union and our sister unions and the unions around the world are standing by us, as well as other labor unions. Because at some point, the jig is up. You cannot keep being dwindled and marginalized and disrespected and dishonored. The entire business model has been changed by streaming, digital, AI. This is a moment of history that is a moment of truth. If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines and big business, who cares more about Wall Street than you and your family.